Welcome to a reading vlog. I finished the Throne of Glass series near the end of 2024. Since I was reading a 7-book series, I didn't want to pick up a bunch of other series, especially other fantasy series, just because I didn't want Throne of Glass to drag on forever. My memory isn't very good, so I'm not somebody who is comfortable in the middle of a bunch of different series. I can read 5 different books at once, but being in the middle of series does not work for my brain. So all that to say, this is going to be an episode of me finishing up some series or continuing some series. I do have a video series planned where I read trilogies in different genres and kind of figure out what makes a trilogy good and how that structure works so well. So I'm going to read some YA, some adult trilogies in different genres, sci-fi, fantasy, mystery, I think are what I have planned, and then I can kind of determine what makes a trilogy good. So if that sounds interesting, look out for that in the future for me. But for right now, before I start that, I really want to get some progress done on some of the series I'm currently in. Most of what I'm going to read in this video is romance, because it's easier to be in the middle of a romance series just because of their more companion nature. You don't have to remember very much, well, you don't have to remember any plot in between books or anything like that. I have 4 on my TBR for this. The first book is Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the 3rd book in the Addicted Calloway sister series. I started this series near the end of 2024 and it was just fun. They're definitely not the highest quality books, but they're very entertaining. At least the first 3 books in the series follow the romance between Lily Calloway and Roe something. They're rich, famous kids. They're like Kids a Millionaire type deal. And they have this very codependent relationship. They have a fake relationship. They depend on each other a lot because they're both dealing with addictions that they have. I really enjoyed the first 2 books, watching them kind of rely on each other, grow together, and figure things out, and that's going to continue to happen because they're still dealing with difficult issues in this 3rd book. So I'm excited to see where it goes and how they grow. So I have this on my Kindle and I have this on audio, so it's a pretty long audiobook. It's like 16 hours long. The next book I have is a definite read because I got it from the library, and that is Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. This is translated by Neil Smith. This is the sequel to Beartown. Beartown follows a hockey town. This boys team is trying to win the championship. It's in a town where everyone is very reliant on the hockey team and on the hockey club. We're following a bunch of different characters in that book. Something happens. Something bad happens, and all of the characters deal with it in their own way. And in this one, this is just, from my understanding, it's just a continuation of the aftermath of that thing that happened. I wasn't planning on picking this up. When I picked up Beartown, I thought I was going to only read Beartown and be done with it because I had heard it's a complete story on its own, and I'm not really somebody who likes series when they're not at first intended to be a series, if you know what I'm trying to say. But I mean, he got me. You know, I'm just so attached to these characters that I want to pick this up. So I have this from the library. I am nervous to get into it. The next book that I have on this TBR is The Heart Principle by Helen Hong. This is the 3rd book in a companion series. It's the final book in the companion series, starting with The Kiss Quotient. I don't know if there's a name for this series or not. It doesn't seem like there is. It doesn't have a name in here. So The Kiss Quotient was the first one, The Bride Test is the second one, and this is the 3rd one. This is following Quan and Anna. We know Quan from the other books. He is dealing with the aftermath of a disease that he had, kind of getting back on the dating scene after that, and Anna is dealing with a creative slump that she's in after she went viral for her violin playing. She's a violinist. They kind of meet on an app to have a one-night stand, and that does not go as planned. I actually did start this. I read the first 30 pages of this. I don't know why I put it down. I think I just forgot I was reading it, which isn't the best sign. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for a romance. I'm ready to finish out this series. I'm ready to finish a series, any series. So this one. Final one on this list is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the final book in the Chestnut Spring series. And I know I just said I'm excited to finish series, but I'm like also not excited to finish the Chestnut Spring series just because of how attached I've grown to the Eaton family. This follows Beau and Bailey. They're kind of rival families, I guess, in the town. And I think it's like a marriage of, no, fake fiance. It's a fake fiance, fake engagement situation. Sounds, I don't know. I don't know if this will be a good one for me. I honestly, none of these books have lived up to Flawless, the first book, in my opinion. So I'm not expecting a 5, but we'll see. I will continue to read anything that gives me a glimpse of summer in Rhett Eaton. So yeah. Okay, that's everything. Those are the 4 books that I really hope to read in this video. I'm going to start with Addicted because I need an audiobook right now. I remember the other ones reading super fast, so hopefully this is the same. Alright, I will see you. I used to be so good at cracking eggs, and now, like, almost every time I get some egg shell in my crack. Lost my mojo. I have made a lot of progress in Addicted for you. No, Addicted for now. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with that title. It is good. I think it lends itself well to being an audiobook just because the scenes are like so quick and kind of repetitive, but not in like a bad way. The writing style is just very fluid. There's a lot of dialogue and then it goes into like inner monologue kind of seamlessly, and I really enjoy it. But it's like a really good reading experience. I think I'm liking this one more than the first two because we're getting Lo's point of view, like it's dual POV, and it's making me like him a lot more. And that made me realize something about romance and my experience with romance books. Late last year, I read The 7-Year Slip, and I was like, I don't really understand what you guys are talking about, how much you like this book. It's like, it was fine. I don't feel very close to this hero at all. And I think it's because we didn't get his point of view. And I'm thinking back to other books, other romance books that I felt like, about, and like, it's only in the woman's point of view. So I think I've cracked the code. that dual POV is important to me. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this now. More than I thought I was going to. I thought this was gonna like slog, but because of its length too, I think that makes it a good audiobook, and I'm having a lot of fun. It's some serious, you know, subject matter a lot of the time, but also it's like angsty love and fun romance scenes, and like, you know, these two people are like so codependent, and we're also getting a lot more. Good morning, Nugget. He didn't know I was cooking. We're getting a lot more like glimpses into Lily's sisters and their future romances. I mean, I know who ends up with who just because the series has been out so long and stuff, but that's all I have. I haven't started any of the other books, so I'll let you know when that happens. When I finish, I'll probably be back when I finish this because I have about 3 hours left, and then we'll start the next book. I don't know which one might go next. I guess I should probably read Beartown sequel. We'll see. I gave Addicted for Now 3 stars. It's good. It's not super memorable, but it was a lot more dramatic than I was expecting. It was so much happened, and it was so intense. It was really, I mean, it wasn't fast paced, but it felt fast paced because of like that really easy to read writing style, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I feel like I like these characters a lot now. Like after the first book, I didn't really care about anybody. The second book, I cared a little bit more about Lily. It's kind of annoying being in Lily's head. Like, she's kind of obnoxious, but it's not keeping me from enjoying it. Now I'm going to pick up Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. This is the sequel to Beartown. I don't know how much I'll get done today. I read a lot yesterday. I spent the whole evening reading, which is very not usual for me. I was just not having the best mental health day, so I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting down on the couch or in bed, and I'm reading, and that's what I did, and it was really, really rejuvenating. It helped a lot. So, we're gonna pick up Beartown. Nope, we're gonna pick up Us Against You. Continue this series. Good morning. Okay. So, I got over halfway in Beartown last night. I'm just getting ready for work right now. I couldn't sleep. That's why I read so much. And now, so I'm on page 240. And I appreciate this, and I appreciate the pacing. We're still like leading up to this conflict between two towns, and it's heating up very, very slowly, which is totally realistic and on purpose, and I think that's why it's not bothering me at all. I can't even tell you how many times I've like teared up while reading this, and I am halfway through. One name in particular, one of the boys, every time there's a scene with one of the boys, I'm in tears. I can't cope with it, and it's so much. Other than, you know, these, like, this established connection to these characters is probably what's getting me through this book, but also I appreciate, like, the low raise and violence. Like, everything in a way seems reasonable because of the pace that we're going at, and that's what makes it realistic. I don't know, it's giving me a lot to think about in terms of violence. Violence isn't something that I think about very often because I'm not a violent person, and like in the first one especially, I had trouble reading about like these teenage boys just like getting into fist fights. Now that we have these relationships established, now that these power dynamics have been established in the first book, the second book is like, I'm not having as much of a problem with it. And we also have a lot more discussions about manliness and what violence is, and how some people are violent and some people are not, and some people are pushed to violence because they don't know how to handle things. I don't know. I'm finding a lot of like helpful conversations in the book while being entertaining and while having like this emotional punch that I expected based on the first book. So, loving that. I'm hoping I can get through it within the next 2 days. I'm not really sure, but I'm excited to move on. I'm enjoying it, and I'm taking my time with it, but I'm also excited to read more books. I'm very like antsy and wanting to pick up more books right now. I don't know. I think I'm just excited to read. I don't know. I'm making a chai matcha latte. So I'm going to add, where is my matcha? Oh, here. Matcha now. I haven't had matcha since like fall. I will see you when I have something to say, or when I finish it. Either one. Hi, I'm here to update because we finished this bad boy, and wow, when I tell you I was sobbing. I'm giving this 5 stars, and I think I gave Beartown 4 stars. This one was so incredibly interesting. Actually, let me put you down and we'll talk. Okay, so like this is so different from Beartown in a way that really worked for me. Beartown really centers around this one event happening. This one is kind of the aftermath of it, but also there's this tension that's just growing and growing and growing, and we're seeing how each character is handling their own individual situations, and it's so complex. I mean, I would almost forget that one of the storylines was happening, and then we would go back to that character, and it was like being hit by a bus sometimes. I'm not exaggerating. This was a lot. Frederick Bachman he's able to make these characters so complicated. We have like people, hi Nugget, yes. We have people who we think are villains from the start, and we have people that we think are heroes, and as the story goes on, you're starting to empathize with the villains. You're getting more backstory to the villains that makes them more complicated. We're seeing the heroes make decisions that are like bad. Not just like dumb, but morally bad. It hurts. It hurts seeing people that you know, these characters, fictional people, that we care about, make these choices that we know aren't good for them and don't align with their beliefs. When I finished Beartown, I was kind of like, I don't feel like another one is really necessary. I feel like that was a complete story and we don't really need to be with the characters longer. But honestly, I'm so glad that I got to spend that more time with these characters and just see them for the complicated people that actually exist. That was definitely a coherent review. 5 stars. I'm ready to pick up the winners. I don't know when that's gonna be, but okay, so I have made progress in 2 series. Now I want to finish a series. I want that sense of accomplishment, so I am picking up another book. What am I picking up? So now I'm gonna pick up The Heart Prince Soul. This is the final book in a companion series, romance companion series, and I really enjoyed the first 2. I've started this already. I'm 20 pages in. That's it. So I haven't really gotten to know our hero yet, just our heroine, but I'm really loving her. I'm excited to see how this romance progresses. I feel like I really need a palette cleanser after Bachman took my heart out and stomped on it, so. They're so cute. They're so cute already. It's page 40. They're so cute. I have an update. You don't have to be that close, I guess, but oh well. Where am I? I don't think I've updated you since I started, but I am now 144 pages in, which is less than half, so it's not like it's been too much. This feels like very fast moving in the romance department. Like, they've fallen for each other very fast, but I don't have a problem with that. I get it. I fall fast. I fall hard. I am obsessed with Anna. Watching her kind of figure her stuff out, figuring out like what is important to her and how to make that happen has been awesome. I have dog-eared pages. I don't know why I dog-eared them. I'm finding Anna to be very relatable in a lot of ways. I don't know what that means for me personally, but it's making the reading experience really good, and this love story really good. There. making leaps and bounds in their relationship. Loving Kwan's journey as well. Both are like dealing with these like really heavy things and like things that make them think that they're unwanted in a relationship and undesirable. And I'm just really happy that they're working through that with each other, and like their communication is so great and admirable, and I don't know, I'm just like really proud of them. I'm gonna keep reading and I'll update you when like you can see I can't stop smiling, like I'm like blushing. It's just a love story. It's a love story, and that's what I need. I need a love story. Hi, I have finished The Heart Principle. I finished it on Valentine's Day morning. It got a little dark at the end, I'm not going to lie to you. Not in like a bad way, just in a way I wasn't really ready for. Especially because I picked this up like to be more lighthearted, to be a palette cleanser. I know this was published in 2021. This was published in 2021. I'm really surprised that there aren't trigger warnings at the front. If you are going to pick this up, I do recommend checking trigger warnings. It kind of like comes out of nowhere. Like you weren't really ready for what happens. Other than that, this was an incredible read. I just wish I had known that was going to happen. That's it. There's also like a couple conversations that Kwan and Anna had that I just don't like how it ended, how they handled it, I guess. Like they were so communicative, but then they used, I don't know. They were able to talk to each other very openly about what they were feeling, and they were still holding things from each other, some very like personal things, and instead of talking about like the very personal things when they had conflict over it, it was more like, I'm going to show you how much I care about you by doing this. It didn't really work for me personally, but other people probably don't have a problem with it. So I think I'll have 4 stars with this one. The author's note says that this is the author's most like autobiographical novel, and that this one is in first person and the other ones aren't. I don't remember what person the other ones were, so I didn't notice that. But I feel like you can tell that this is like really close to her heart, and like it just feels very real. Anna feels like a real person, and I related to her a lot in what she deals with her people pleasing, and not to the extent that she does, but her social struggles. I get it. So I got a lot out of this. It meant a lot to me, so I'm giving it 4 stars, and I'm excited to pick up the next book. I don't have it here. Where is it? It was here. Where did I put it? Where is it? It was right here. Am I blind? Is it over here? I don't know where it went. I don't have it here, but I'm going to read Hopeless by Elsie Silver. The last book in the Chestnut Spring series, so we're going to finish up 2 series in this video, which is crazy. This one is also going to be a little dark, I think. I think it handles some PTSD issues. We're not going to get any more lighthearted than we have been, so we'll see. We'll see if maybe I can find something a little more lighthearted after. I don't know. But I will see you when I have an update about Hopeless. Let me get comfy. I'm 63% into Hopeless. I'm bored. I haven't felt bored in any of these, but I'm bored in this one. I totally understand why people don't like this one, because it's not that it's bad, it's just like, it's not like the other ones. It doesn't have the same kind of like charm, small town magic as the other ones. It feels perfectly authentic to our characters, and like it makes sense for our characters and what they're going through. It's just not fun in the way the other ones are fun, and I'm so tired of them not just talking to each other. It's not like a miscommunication trope, it's just they're not letting themselves care about each other And that's something that I don't like. Like, it's so obvious that they have real feelings for each other, but they're not letting themselves feel that way or letting themselves tell the other person. And I get that that happens in real life. But, like, it's just so boring. And it goes on for so long. Like, I'm on page... What? What am I on? I'm on page 306. And these two, like, they're doing sexy things. They're having fun, but they're not being themselves with each other, and it's just like, that's not a good foundation to a romance. I don't know. It's not working for me. It's not working for me. I'm gonna finish it. The Kindle's telling me I only have 2 hours left. So, it's fast read, and I'm just gonna finish out the series, be done with it. Am I gonna pick up Wild Love? Probably not for a long time, but I will probably eventually. I don't know. There is a lot of summer in here, which makes me happy. I love summer. I like Bailey a lot. I like, well, I don't think age gaps are for me. And this is like, he's 35, she's 20-something. Like, it's not a ridiculous age gap. And it's not the age gap that's bothering me. It's that they keep talking about it. Like, he keeps saying, oh, she's so young, she's so inexperienced. He's so old, he's so experienced compared to me. Like, it's weird and creepy that you are obsessing over it. Not that it's what it is. I don't know. It's not working for me. It's not working for me, and I'm upset about that, but I've made it this far. I need them to just come to terms with how they're feeling and be honest with each other, fall in love, and happily ever after. I'm ready for that, so I'm gonna get that. I'll talk to you later. This is our final update. I finished Hopeless this morning. I still have the bonus scene to read, but it's done. That's not gonna affect my rating or anything or my review. I'm giving it 2.5 stars. It didn't work for me. There's so much about it that didn't work for me, and I was so bored. I was so unbelievably bored for most of it. Throughout the whole thing, he's doing things that I would normally like that a character is doing. Like, he's kind of like protective, and like he says things that other heroes have said that like I like, but just isn't working. And I think it didn't work because he makes these assumptions about what Bailey wants and what is best for Bailey, even though Bailey is telling him what she wants. Got to the point where it almost like felt like a manipulation, and I was just over it. I don't think they should be together. I think Bailey deserves better. That being said, it's still like a Chestnut Springs book, and I got Chestnut Springs lore, so I'm happy about that. You want to come up? So, overall, I'm happy I read it. I'm sad to be done with the series, especially like because I'm done with the series on like a low note. So, I guess I should have gone in with the expectations that everybody told me to have, but I didn't. So let's just do a quick little wrap up of what I read in this video before I go. So first I read Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I gave that 3 stars. I'm standing by that. It was good, wasn't great, but it was super entertaining, and I'm happy I read it, and I can't wait to continue. The next couple books are like about the other couples, so I'm excited about that. And then read Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. This is the second book in the Beartown series. I'm still emotionally drained from that. I'm still thinking about it. I gave it 5 stars. I'm looking forward to picking up the winners soon. I finished out the Kiss Quotient Companion series with The Heart Principle by Helen Hong. So good. 4 stars. Especially after reading Hopeless, I feel like I have a better appreciation for for The Heart Principle. I really loved Anna's song so much. Finally, I read Hopeless, which was kind of a slog, and I'm ending up at 2.5 stars, so we're kind of ending on a sad note, but it is what it is. I finished 2 series in this video and continued 2 series, so I'm super happy with that. I feel good. I feel like I can start a series now and not feel too overwhelmed. So I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for hanging out with Link. If you want to keep hanging out with me and Link, subscribe and like this video. I have my socials linked in the description below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.